Hey ho everyone, Ginger Gargoyle here with another haul video. I know I keep saying I'm going to be doing some how-tos and some card stuff for you guys, and I keep putting it off is my problem. Okay, so I got from Scrapbooking Made Simple. She's 3 months behind. I have one item here that's on back order. I still have back order items from last July of 2016, so I'll have to give her a call and find out what's going on with that stuff. But these are burlap butterflies, and I'll show you the back. These are from Do Craft, and I do believe these were part of her Going, Gone, but I could be mistaken. Okay, get this to focus again. All right, and then I picked up from her What's New department some fairies. Not just fairies, small fairies, and the matching big fairies. Okay, small fairy, matching big fairies. These are from Memory Box, sold under the name of Poppy Stamps. Okay, little fairy, or big fairy, little fairy, fairy going the opposite direction. These two gals, as far as I can tell, are exactly the same, just facing the other direction. Okay, but what I figured was the big fairy for the inside and the little fairy for the outside. And then I picked up this big one, and I picked up this little one. Okay, they're not alike. They're not even close. Okay, so I got those fairies, and then for her YouTube Yummy sale, she had her Simply Defined, but she also brought these in to go with part of her thing. These are from Faber-Castello. These are clear stencils. Okay, this is a repositionable sticky. I don't know if you can see my fingers stuck on the back of that. Okay, and this one makes this pattern. All of these make a very unique pattern. I have one on back order. This one will be interesting to play with, actually. I thought that was going to be a wood grain. And then this one, and then this one, which is another interesting one. Okay, and then the one I'm missing is circles, and it makes some circles, because that goes with her Simply Defined for the month. And this was back in June. Okay, so you got to remember that this was back in June. And this is her Tide and Times collection. Oh, I messed things up here. Hang on. I really messed things up here. Let me figure out what I did. Okay. So review. Okay, here we go. So the first thing she did was bring in another A4 embossing folder, A2 embossing folder. Alright. And this is just called an embossing folder. That's all she named it, just embossing folder. Come on, Time&Tides embossing folder. I'm holding it too close. Okay. And this is a very grown-up embossing folder. You can see that it is a wave crashing on the shore. Okay, but when I look at it, not only do I see a wave, but I see landscape. I actually do. If you color these in greens and browns and color the top of this green, it will look very much like a hillside in my mind. So I'm going to have to play with that. And then I picked up the contour die, which she so cleverly named the Contour Edge. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, Contour Edge. So cleverly named. Alright, and it does these loopy-loopy thingies here, and this beautiful seahorse, along with a couple of seashells. And why did she do that? Because Time and Tide, everything is centered around fish and under the sea. It's not Disney Little Mermaid, it's more mature type of Little Mermaid, if you want to think of it that way. Okay. And I'm just going to show you the names of the of the different dies. I'm not going to read them because my glasses have shifted again, and it's kind of a pain. You get two fish, a mermaid, and this beautiful background. I love this. Just imagine the layering that you can do with this stamp, or with this die. Okay, the coral reef. Yeah, I can just imagine layering her behind, or making a shaker box with a bunch of these fish, and the mermaid behind, and the, oh, I think that would be so pretty. Okay, and then there is this one. Okay, it looks like this. Don't be fooled. Turns out to be like this. If you know anybody that loves turtles, they will love this die. Okay, then there's this one. Alright, and it looks like this, and you can see that you get stamps with this one as well. Alright, so not only can you cut out the seahorse and cut out the shadow, you can stamp the seahorse. And same thing with the seaweed and the coral. I think that's supposed to be coral. If I'm guessing correctly, I'm guessing that's supposed to be a coral. No, I think it's just more seaweed. Okay. And then there's this one. Okay. And it looks like this. And you can see it's all full of different kinds of seashells. It also comes with a stamp set, which she hasn't been doing a lot of lately. So, I like the stamp sets. So that would look real pretty in that mermaid one that I was talking about too. And then there's this one, which I almost showed you guys early. Okay, this is Mermaid Lagoon. Now this one is special, and I'll show you why here in a moment. Alright, not only do you get the stamp for the mermaid and the tail, and you get these, the tail and the mermaid are two separate dies. Let me see if I can get this out. And the reason she did it that way was because sometimes mermaids have different colored tails than they do their bodies. Okay, so you get the shadow die, and then you get her. And the same thing with the tail. You get the shadow die, and you get her. And you get this, which I believe is a flower or seashell. No, they're bubbles. It's the bubbles. Alright, and then you get these stamps. And on the stamps you get her body. You get these bubbles. You get her tail. Okay, do you see where this comes from? These are these bubbles. Okay, so those all work together. And then finally I got the next Kaleidoscope die set. Now I was not originally going to get this because it's a sunset, and it's a sunburst actually, and I just wasn't into it until I really took a good look at it. This is kind of okay, this is kind of this is kind of, oh, okay, this is pretty. Alright, this sold it to me, this scene right here, with the little tiny one, with the leaves, and the grass, and the extra little doodads, and then words. Words really sold it to me. And she's got those all packed in here, in these 4 sets. Oh, that's what this is. This is all 4 sets put together, or all 3 of these put together, I guess, is this one. And then she gave this one and this one as well. Okay, so it's these three. Yeah, this one, and this one. And then this is the extra set, and here are the words. So that's what sold that to me on this set. And that's it for this time's order. Yeah, like I said, she is really far behind on her orders. She used to say, I'll try to get them out in a month. She really can't do that, say that anymore, because, well, she realizes that she's having some issues. And, yeah, 3 months. She's only behind 3 months now as opposed to a year. So I'm kind of happy about that, but then I'm kind of sad about that. So if you can get to Santa Clarita, go see her. I mean, she's a great business. I love her. I just wish that she could pick up on the delivery, but I understand. Staffing is expensive, and she's got stuff going on. So, okay, guys, that's it for now. I am definitely going to have a how-to video coming up sometime before the 12th, because Genevieve is having a designer contest, or not a designer contest, a design group, I guess is what she calls it, a design group call to see how many people. I think she's only going to want like 8 people to make stuff out of her think, Meg, her scrapbooking stuff, so that she can take and sell a little more. Actually, it's beautiful stuff. I've got a project going right now that I forgot it up at the cabin, so I'll probably end up making a video this coming weekend and sending it to her. So, yeah. And then I'll put it up on YouTube, and you guys can see how I use some of her stuff for other things. So, okay, guys, I will talk to you later. Okay, bye!